rhythm. None. I kept telling Steph, we could just score in 3 or 4 possessions. If we could get 2 or 3 possessions and we score, and we would score, then go 2 or 3 possessions, not score, then score. And we couldn't get any rhythm at all. And it wasn't bad offense or bad shots, I don't think, other than the last 5 minutes of the first half was terrible. We reverted back to individual basketball for some reason, which led to a couple of threes for them, a couple of transition points. I think they scored 10 points under 2 or 3 minutes real quick. But we could get no rhythm, none. Couldn't get free throws to fall. Luckily, they didn't make theirs either, but they were scoring. They were hurting us inside, obviously, but we couldn't get anything to fall. And then, obviously, late, Gibby and those guys started making some shots, and that's the only difference. We made some threes late. It's the only difference in the game because we couldn't stop them inside. Neither one of us were making free throws. But a good win, a really good win.
The second technical was for?
You need to ask somebody else. Neither one of them I don't think I deserved. I would tell you, I would be sitting here and I would tell you. You can ask anybody that's ever been around. I would tell you 100% I deserved them. I did not. That will be addressed. But absolutely, if I did, I would tell you. I would 100%. And I don't know why. He told me the first one why, and I don't. What he said I did do. I did do this and did like that. I did do that. I did. Yeah. It's to somebody who's not like the other end. And I'm correct. I was correct. So, that, and I don't know why. I'm yelling, blank, get back on defense. Get back on defense. And we're inserting it, and all of a sudden, and I'm yelling it. And all of a sudden, I don't know who that, I have no idea who that is. I don't have no idea who that referee is. I have no clue, I have no idea. So I don't know. You'd have to ask, I don't know.
We did. I apparently they did both. But anyways.
I would tell you. And believe me. But hey, I'm glad, hey, whatever it takes.
So, Corey, take over now?
Yeah, if that's what it takes. I can take it all the way to the 5-minute mark, 7-minute mark, whatever it was. That's whatever it takes. That was great.
Where'd you go? I guess you were just in the locker room watching?
Yeah, on my phone.
So you were talking about the numbers on the offense. Was it something you weren't expecting from George Mason, or was it just?
No, I'll be honest with you, it was totally unexpected because we've been playing really well offensively the last couple of days in practice. I don't know if you were there, you might have saw it. I thought, I probably changed. I told the coach, man, I think we might have figured a few things out here on what we need to do. And our defense wasn't bad at all. We just couldn't have any paint presence, and we tried everything. It's hard to double team him when we did, but he's such a great passer, and you got to pick and choose. I didn't think they could beat us by just taking a bunch of I thought we'd make more threes. I thought we would make more shots. I'm anxious to see. I know the last 5 minutes of the first half wasn't good offense. We had, for some reason, broke it down. The rest wasn't bad second half. We got to the spots we scout and report said we could get to, and we worked on the certain spots on the court that we worked on. We said we were going to get to. They did it. Ball just didn't fall. But I preach to our guys every day. So, if you have a little fight in you, you got to have a little backbone. You got to grit your teeth sometimes and throw your shoulders back when things aren't going right, and you got to do something about it. We haven't done enough about it this year where we just kind of let things go. My personality is, not everybody's got my personality, but if things aren't going right, you got to do something about it. And tonight, the guys did something about it. I'm just really proud of their resilience and coming together. I'm really as proud as I've been in a team in a long time.
How proud of you are with Gibson that he took the reins starting in the second half and scored 13 points?
Gibson's been struggling a little bit, and he was struggling in the first half. And I say shooting, but he played a great game last game, great overall game. And I love it because he made it when it counted. And those are sometimes the toughest ones, when you make them when they're on the line and you don't have a choice but to make them, or things aren't going to go right. Those are some of the hard ones. But I think I sent him a long text today. Just said, I just said, I'm just so proud of you. Let your hard work give you confidence. All the time you've put in should give you unbelievable confidence. And let that be what leads you. And I think that, because Gibson can get down on himself. He can be his own worst critic at times. And I told him, people that don't work hard and people that don't deserve, those they can hang their head. But if you know if you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I've done everything I possibly could. I tell my kids about that grade-wise. I don't get caught up in A, B, C's, and D's. If you put your time in, you study, you're prepared, most of the time it's going to go your way. May not every time. And that's where Gibson's confidence should always come, and that's what should lead him in life, is he's going to do everything he can to control his own destiny, because he's going to put his time in.
As much as Orduro and the other big guy were getting you guys, you hit a point where you did finally, finally frustrated him maybe a little bit?
Well, we went to zone.
Yeah.
The zone changed it a little bit. Wish I'd went to it a little bit earlier. But I finally said, enough's enough. We got to get them out of rhythm, if anything. Just got to get them out of rhythm, because the way the game was going, it wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to work. We weren't scoring enough, and they were scoring at a higher percentage. I saw it, I felt it, and then I look at the stat sheet, and the stat sheet said it in the second half. At one time, the percentages were really high, and we couldn't get a shot to fall. So we had to do something to change rhythm, to try to just get them to think a little bit, because they knew exactly what they were wanting to do every possession, and we weren't having much success defending it. And I thought the zone really changed things, really changed it.
Would have been easier after you left. Mason went on that 11-0 run. It would have been easy to not fold up, but have a big letdown after that.
Yeah,
Guys haven't had
when we make shots, you see the ball going through the hole. And I said it reminded me a little bit of the Drake game, where we didn't let them score under 4 minutes. Our defense finally said enough's enough, and we defended. It's the most stops we got in the game, and it's the most probably consecutive shots we've made. But we've had a couple times where we've had to come back a little bit. But yeah, that was very proud of them.
Anybody else for Coach? Good.
Thank you.
Any more comments?
All right, questions for Yuri and Gibson?
Okay, for year one, guys, what was the feeling or morale in the team when Travis got ejected?
I mean, that happens in basketball. Coaches get ejected. We weren't, too worried about it. I think it actually fired us up a little bit. We knew we had to bring it home for him. He was fighting for us, so, we fought for him and we were going to pull it out. But yeah, we weren't thinking about it too much. That happens in basketball, so, we were focused and yeah, got it together.
Yuri, Travis said that whenever he got teed up the second time, he said, "Coach, let's go. We're gonna get one this way for you." What possessed you to tell him to that to him? Is it calm him down a little bit, or is it, hey, we're good?
I mean, I know how coach is, so we both fighters. We both played the point guard position, so I understand where he's coming from a coaching position. So I didn't want to get in even more trouble. He was already ejected, so I just let him know we was cool. Like Gibson said, it fired us up a little bit more. So yeah, we was good.
Yuri and Travis talked about the struggles of the offense, that the lack of rhythm. It was hard to put together a lot of possessions in a row. And obviously, when you're running the team, how did you try to kind of get the team back into rhythm, and how did they stop you guys from doing that?
I mean, they coverage was a little bit different than what you'll normally see. The five drop, they dropping on everybody. Gibson, me, JP. It was kind of weird because you normally have that five playing up a little bit, but their coverage was a little bit different. So we just had to get into some different sets. I kind of got a little feeling of the game once it got going and knew what kind of sets to run, where their weaknesses were. So, yeah.
After you guys hit the 2 threes that you scored on the assist, was that the little misdirection you guys sometimes run? I couldn't tell.
At the end?
But yeah, where he gives you the.
Yeah, we ran that play a few times in the previous game, and we had got the layup. So we got it twice that game. The way they were guarding me, they were on the top side. So I just made the read, cut back door, and he was able to make the pass. So.
So obviously, we had some struggles this season, especially kind of here in the last month or so. But had the confidence to take that three, especially late in the game, and obviously getting that cut. Has at any point have you questioned kind of what the spots you're getting to or anything, or has it just been shoot through and eventually they're going to start falling?
Yeah, I mean, obviously in basketball, you don't make every shot. Especially being a shooter. I don't have the ball a whole lot throughout the game, and when I do get it, it's to shoot the ball. So, making shots, missing shots, it comes and goes. My job is to keep doing what I'm doing. I attract attention. I open up things for everybody else, and I have the confidence in myself and in the shooting that I've done up to this point to keep shooting. And tonight they found me, and I was able to make shots, and yeah, we pulled it out.
There's sometimes coaches technical to get a team fired up. I mean, did you guys feel any extra adrenaline after that happened, or was it?
Oh, yeah, it felt good. I don't know. Coach was ejected, so it just put a little spark up us.
Coach was what?
He got ejected, so it just put a little spark up us. Seeing Coach Ted over there fired up, calling some plays, we weren't too worried. It was a bunch of smiles in the huddle. We were all laughing. Coach Tate told us, let's go. That's what we live for. He ain't drawn nothing up on the board, not one time. And he called some plays and we executed. So big shout out to Tate for pulling us through, getting us through that one.
What's been the biggest difference in the last 2 games for the team defense side?
Team defense, the word team. Not us going out there and say, Yuri, you stop your man, Gibson, you stop your man, Franco, you stop him. It's a team, being all in it together. We knew today they had a big time dude in the post. They had some really good guards that could shoot the ball. We couldn't get it spread out because we couldn't leave our bigs on the island. So as guards, we had to do both. We had to dig, we had to cover the shooters. It was an overall team goal. We had to all help each other out.
Do you know what the technicals were for? Did you know in the moment of what was going on, either of you?
Nah,
Sense anything?
I tried to ask the ref, but he wouldn't talk to me either. So.
You asked him?
Yeah.
What, did he come out afterward, come down the tunnel?
Coach Ford,
Yeah,
after the game,
yeah.
you ain't see him?
Someone said he was, I was working.
He was fired up. You ain't see him? He was screaming. Yeah, he came out. Of course. Won't nobody stopping Coach Ford from coming out.
He came down the tunnel.
Sprinting. Put that in there. He was sprinting down the tunnel.
Gibbs, coach told us that he texted you this afternoon about just settling and focusing on what you can do. How did you feel when you received that text from him?
Yeah, he he texts me from time to time. Phil texted me as well. It's just, he knows the kind of player I am. I think I'm, at times my own biggest critic, and that can be a good and bad. So he just said, just take a step back, let the work you've put in, show and be confident and, just be patient. And I really appreciated that. So, yeah, we saw it show tonight.